what's up? Welcome to Numbers with Ace Jacari. I'm your host, Ace Jacari, but you can call me Ace. And in today's episode, we're breaking down April 2026 and the forecast behind it, because it's going to be Universal 5 month in this Universal 1 year. So make sure you go ahead and grab your beverage, get comfy, lock in on the task that you're trying to get done, and let me just yap in the background. And let me tell you what's going on this month. But before we get into everything, make sure you grab my Finding Your Chart, the guide, to understand what your numbers, what numbers in your chart are being activated this month. So if you have a 1 or if you have a 5, you'll be able to find it out in that guide. And if you don't know those things, you'll still be able to find out in that guide. So definitely go ahead and cop that. It's linked in the description. But we'll dive into that later. But for now, we're going to look into the relationship between 1 and 5. 1 and 5, they share an odd number status. Status is a fancy way of saying of like a specific vibe or energy of a number. So odd numbers have an externally focused energy. So this is other people, the physical world, things that are outside of yourself. 1 and 5 share themes around movement, adaptability, awareness, quickness, stimulation, progression, anxiety, restlessness, as well as inconsistency. So those are all things that if we were going to look at the TLDR of this month would be what would be happening. When we talk about universal months and universal years, let's talk about the calculations for 2 seconds. The universal year is calculated by adding all of the digits of that year together. So we have a 2 plus a 0 plus a 2 plus a 6, and that's going to give us a 10, and that 10 is going to be simplified to a 1 because 1 plus 0 equals 1. For a universal month, we're going to take that same simplification of the year. We can either start with a 1 or we can start with all of the numbers. I always start with all of the numbers for the most accurate number. And we're going to take the number of the month in question, which for April would be 4. And we're going to add that to our 2, 0, 2, and 6. And that's going to simplify to a 14. And then that 1 plus 4 is going to simplify to a 5. And that gives us our universal 5 month, which is simplified from a 14. And that is a karmic debt number. Karmic debt number can be a scary term, but it's nothing that you necessarily need to fear. It's most relevant in the Pythagorean system, but it's also relevant in the Chaldean system. And 5, simplified from a 14, has a predetermined meaning of around overthinking, irresponsibility, escapism, and impulsivity. That's what karmic debt looks at. Karmic debt says, hey, in a past life, you were doing XYZ thing. So when we look at it in a forecast, we're more so thinking, okay, we could look back at previous 5 months, previous 5 periods, whether that be a universal or personal day, year, month, whatever, and apply it there. But we can also look at it to say, okay, what would potentially happen in this month? So that is where we get those predetermined meanings showing up and what they can embody and what we might experience in the month of April. So this can look like doing too much or not moving at all, avoiding or ignoring responsibilities, dissociating, even moving recklessly. And when it comes to understanding how to navigate this energy, we have to look at regulating the energy of 5, 1, and 4, which are the numbers that make up that 5, simplified from a 14. So with 5 connecting to the mind, that is the most dominant placement. So we get things around journaling, therapy, conversation, processing and understanding. And a lot of things around processing and understanding that people like to, this is going to be a joke, like to sleep on is the fact that you need sleep to help your brain process information and help your body regulate itself. So sleep is going to likely be a very big thing for the month of April, and rest in that same regard, because that helps the mind relax. So trying to manage those cortisol levels, trying to manage how much your brain is moving, and let's turn down some of the stimulation maybe. And maybe for some other people, it's turning up the stimulation, putting more in front of you, getting your brain more to do, because sometimes you might not be giving it enough to do. And then with that mind being activated dominantly, we have self, which is represented by 1, and the future, which is represented by 4, showing up in a supporting energy. So this can look like doing things for your mental and your mind that are not only good for yourself, but also good for you in the future and giving you the space to be able to progress maybe even further, achieve more of your goals, or go for even bigger things and have even bigger, broader ideas that you want to achieve in the future. Those are all things that we can expect from that karmic debt energy, even though that karmic debt energy has the predetermined meanings around overthinking, irresponsibility, escapism, and impulsivity. So what that means is that in those spaces of the mind itself in the future, we might face that overthinking. We might sit and be like, okay, I need to sit down. Let me stop thinking about so much stuff. But your brain is still racing. We might take actions that we know aren't necessarily the best, but we was doing it for the plot. I was gonna stop myself. I was just doing it for the plot. We might find ourselves doing a lot of that stuff, as well as escaping, being like, you know what, actually, none of this matters. We're on a floating rock in the middle of nowhere. This is fine. It's whatever. And also being impulsive, just doing shit because you can do shit, and then being like, you know what, I'm gonna just press this button now because I want to, and you can't stop me. So those are all the things that we can experience with that karmic debt energy. Now, focusing in a little bit more on what the number 5 means, who its rulers are, and what energy embodies. So 5 is ruled by Mercury and Jupiter, which brings themes around exploration, stimulation, as well as potential. So those are all things that are likely to show up this month. We also have connections to themes around freedom, movement, curiosity, stimulation, insecurity, overwhelm, distraction, and apathy. And those are all things, or some of these things are things we already discussed before. But again, these are themes that we might see in this month show up. We might find ourselves being like, you know what? I'm tired of doing this structured, I'm supposed to, way of life. Let me be free, whatever that freedom looks like. If it might be, okay, let me lock in on this job or lock in on this thing for financial freedom. Maybe it's spiritual freedom of you're stepping away from spiritual practices that you grew up in, or that you were taught to do, or that you thought you needed for however many years. And now you're being like, actually, guys, I need something different. And you're exploring that freedom, the freedom of choice. All of those things can show up in regards to this month, because freedom can show up in a lot of different ways. Same thing with insecurity. That being one of the themes that is coming up with the number 5, we might find ourselves being like, you know what, I'm overthinking how I view myself because of that supplementary 1 of that 514 that we have for this month. But we also might be insecure about how much we haven't achieved yet because of that connection to the future. We might be looking at ourselves and be like, I might need to / should be, I want to vibes of being ahead of where I am right now, and I'm not, and I really don't really like that, and how that makes me feel. That might come up in April, especially with the connections with that 5 has to the mind, progression, and understanding. All of those things can show up this month. So looking at how we understand our own insecurities, the relationships we have with our own insecurities, as well as our understanding of what overwhelms us, what distracts us, why are we apathetic towards something, where is the empathy, and all of those things. We're looking at the understanding around those things. We're also just looking at how the mind works, what it does, the brain itself. That's what we're looking into. So when we talk a little bit more about overall themes in a sort of kind of a little bit more of like a deep dive type way, we can look at the overall themes around freedom and adventure, asking, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What does freedom look like for you? As well as, how can you achieve said freedom? I'm a very big believer of, okay, if you have a vision, if you have an idea, honor that vision. I understand that the world has made it seem like you can't get to where you're trying to get to. If you can see it, you can be it. And it's easier said than done, 100%. But if you give yourself the opportunity, if you show up, if you take that chance, if you take that leap, if you say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it, it might just work out. I also, 5 is a very optimistic energy, so that's also working out for you. So it might be time to take that leap. We also have themes around mental stimulation, whether it's good, bad, fast, slow, understood or not. The thoughts are likely to be moving. So this isn't to say to pay attention to every waking thought, because this does bring potentials for overthinking, misunderstanding, confusion, uncertainty, especially around your level of understanding or knowledge that can show up a lot. So it's not to say hyperfixate on every single detail, every single thought, every single vibe that shows up in your brain. It's just to say, hey, this month is kind of gonna have uptick of that potentially, because also it could have a downtick. Like you find yourself having more brain fog, having more headaches. There's not as much mental clarity. So stimulation doesn't always show up as, okay, yes, I can think about everything and I understand it all. I've processed everything. Oh my gosh, yes, I get it. It can be like, actually, I don't know what the fuck you just said. I'm actually very confused right now. I have more questions than I did before we had this conversation. Actually, it can look like that. Mental stimulation isn't always one-sided, so be mindful of that. You might find yourself completely grasping something 1 second and then feeling like, I don't think I've ever faced this problem a day in my life before now, and I'm so confused now. That might show up, as well as this can look like people being overconfident in their level of knowledge and people taking credit for other people's works and or intellectual property. So be careful out in these intellectual streets, okay? Be careful out there. But we also have themes around avoidance as escapism. And honestly, sometimes you just gotta get away, man. Like, the world can be a lot. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? Peace out. I don't want to do this. And I actually, with the energy of 5, that's the vibe. Sometimes you really just need to step away for a second. Now, at the same time, 5, in regards to this specific version of 5, can be irresponsible. So that avoidance and escapism might not always be the best approach or the safest approach, especially long term, but it's still a vibe. It's still an energy that's out there. So be careful. I ain't gonna tell you what to do or what not to do. I'm just sharing the information. Okay. Now we also have finally curiosity, investigation, and travel being themes for this month. So people might find themselves trying to get to the bottom of things. So like think deep dives, rabbit holes, think pieces, in-depth essays, like all of that stuff. That's in the air. Now this can again be quality work, yes, but also this can be people taking somebody else's intellectual property and saying it's mine when it's not actually yours. Let me do the work, big dog. Come on now. But having things like that are likely to happen this month, specifically in April of 2026. But this can also bring out the real and fake experts on things, and information might be challenged. So this can look like going deep into, where did this information come from? And is it actually true and accurate? Especially in today's day and age of AI, it makes sense that these are the vibes, honestly. Now, when we get into the start and the end of the month, we are starting April on a Wednesday. It's going to have a 5-6-1 energy, which is very playful and expressive and creative because of the blend of 5, 6, and 1. They highlight experiences with artistry, curiosity, or adaptability, stimulation, expression, irritability, as well as inconsistency. So when we get to the energy behind this particular day, you have 5, which is going to be happening this entire month, seeking experiences with freedom, intellect, and understanding, as well as 6, which is going to be showing up on number 1 days, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. Those days are going to be seeking experiences with pleasure and comfort, as well as artistry, and even some intimacy in there as well. And then for this entire year, you have that 1 energy, which seeks that experience with initiation, potential, and confidence. And with Wednesday being ruled by Mercury, we have connections to communication, thought, and travel. So that's how we're starting the month. But when we get to the end of that month, this month goes from a 5-6-1 energy to a 5-8-1 energy, and is ending on a Thursday. So we move from this playful, expressive, creative vibe to a comprehensive, rational, and resourceful vibe. With that blend of 5, 8, and 1, we have experiences with the pace of movement, not just movement itself. Now we're looking into, how quickly am I moving? How slow am I moving? How fast do I want to go? How fast do I need to go? Do I need to slow down? Pacing of movement. We also have capability as well as capacity, understanding, consistency, instability, apathy, and ignorance. So again, we have for this entire month 5 seeking experiences with travel, wit, and quickness, whereas 8 is which will show up on our number 3 days, which again we will talk about those later, seeks experiences with efficiency, control, as well as the physical world. Now, if you recall at the top of this episode, I mentioned how this month is going to have that 5-1 energy, and those are odd numbers, and that connects to things that are outside of yourself, like the physical world. That is being emphasized on those specific number 3 days, which would have, because they have that universal 8-day energy, which again, I say, we'll explain a little bit more later. But continuing, we have 1 for the entire year in regards to its energy being present, and it's seeking experiences with capability, genius, as well as influence. And it's ending on a Thursday. April 2026 is ending on a Thursday, which is ruled by Jupiter, which highlights gratitude, purpose, as well as optimism. So based on the start and end of the month, we're likely to see shifts around energy. Like, to put it really bluntly, energy. With 5's connection to the mind, we have and also the last month being a universal 4 month, March of 2026 being a universal 4 month, being a vibe of like the revolution will not be televised. That brings a different approach to, rather, this 5 energy brings a different approach to that vibe and to that mentality. So we might see a shift in approaches or beliefs and awareness, as well as comprehension and understanding of information. People might have thought about something one way, and now in April they're like, actually guys, I was wrong, or hi guys, I was right. Like, and anywhere in between, any level of understanding or comprehension or processing, thought, idea, concept, all of those are put in the forefront for this 5 month. We also have introspection showing up this month. And I like that because, and where we get that actually, is because of 6 and 8. Now, 6 and 8 are going to be our universal day energies, so they're shorter. They're not lasting the entire month. But again, this is looking at how we're starting and how we're ending the month, so we're considering them a little bit more to essentially give you the overall vibe of the month. 6 and 8 are both even numbers, so whereas 1 and 5, like we talked about earlier, are odd numbers and are externally focused, 6 and 8 being even numbers are internally focused. So this turns from the physical world and everything outside of yourself to yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, your body, your physical being, your internal awareness. All of those things are brought up. And with the thought-heavy nature of 5, that internal energy of 6 and 8 can make thoughts this month lean towards those 6, 8, and 5 themes. So think desire, love, pleasure, those are all 6 themes. And career, boundaries, and goals, those are 8 themes, as well as then travel and adventure being 5 themes, as well as the laundry list that all of these other numbers have. Those are likely to show up this month, and we might find ourselves being like, you know what? Let me dive deep into what I'm thinking about whatever I'm thinking. Doing some critical thinking, if you will. Because listen, we do need to put some more of that in the air. Anyways, we also might see an encouragement around patience. Because 6 and 8 are even numbers, they're believed to move slower. There's less, because it's not external action like odd numbers, that even number energy is a little bit more intimate and is believed to be slower. So this can show up this month in regards to navigating like your pacing, your mental load, and also your relationship with rest and stability. Now granted, yes, they can have their inconsistency and impulses similar to 5 and 1, which 5 being the universal energy, and then 1 being the universal, or 5 being the universal month energy, and then 1 being the universal year energy. both of those numbers can be very inconsistent and reckless and just impulsive. 6 and 8 is not to say that they can't have negative things or they won't have those similar negative things. They just have a different approach to it. Like 6, for example, can be manipulative. That's one of the themes that it connects to, is manipulation and jealousy and obsession. And 8 can be very apathetic, or also connects to themes around trauma and abuse. Those are themes of 8. So those things can show up this month, but looking at the relationship between all 4 of these numbers, 6, 8, 5, and 1, navigating your pacing, your mental load, and your relationships with rest and stability is something that is heavily emphasized, hence that relationship with patience. Because 5 likes to move, but you might find yourself wanting to sit down, and I support you. We also have themes around randomness, and I think that that's so funny just because it's random. Like, you don't know what to expect with that. Randomness is literally random. Like there's no way to really plan for that. And this is because of 5's natural curiosity, and it just is very sporadic in nature. So we might find things in that sporadic type vibe that is just like, I wasn't expecting to do this thing, but now we're doing this thing. And that's actually something that I'm resonating with right now. Anyways, this can look like going on a trip that you weren't planning to take, or even picking up a hobby that you just randomly stumbled upon, or anything that is just out of the ordinary happening. Like you were just not expecting this at all, this came completely out of left field, and shoot, maybe you love it, maybe you hate it, but it was random and it happened. And then finally, we also have experiences around creativity, expression, and exploration. Oh my gosh, exploration? No. Creativity, expression, and exploration. So 5, 6, and 1 embody these themes in different ways. And then with the presence of 8, we can find these specific things, creativity, expression, and exploration, showing up in our long-term happenings, like our goals and our ambitions. So indulging in your creativity and seeing where it takes you, it might just be the vibe. Now, I will say, if you are enjoying what you're hearing and you want to learn more about how it impacts you personally, definitely check out my Finding Your Chart, the guide, linked in the description, so you can learn more about your personal chart. If you're interested in learning more about what each number means, 0 through 9, in just a quick little overview, a nice little 1 page, if you will, check out my guide, Intro to Numerology, to understand number basics. But if you also want to take it slow and understand your base chart, check out my free guide, Unlock Your Numerology Chart, that comes with a video series to help you through numerology basics. And also, I just currently, if you are listening to this in the month of April and more, maybe even March of 2026, currently I have $15 mini readings that give you a nice overview of your chart in regards to past just your life path number. And we go a little bit deeper, we go deeper because it's more than just your life path number that you need to pay attention to. So I do offer those, and those are also linked below. So definitely check out any of the things that are interesting to you and cop them. And we'll go ahead and get back into the 2026 of April forecast. Now, when we look at universal days and number days, they are different things. So if you recall earlier in the episode, I had said that our universal 6 days fall on number 1 days. The universal day is the numerological energy of everybody who's under that calendar oh my gosh, start over. The universal day is the numerological energy for everyone under that calendar system. So I'm using the Gregorian calendar system, but there's a plethora. Like, go look at the Wikipedia page for calendar systems. There's way too many calendar systems, so you might be using a different calendar system. So check with your calendar system. But that's what a universal energy looks like, and it's calculated the same way you would calculate a life path number. You add your month to your day to your year and simplify it to a single digit. And the great thing is we can track it because number days, which is the simplified digit of a day. So for example, the 5th is a number 5 day because 5 simplified to a single digit is 5. 14, 1 plus 4 simplifies to 5, is also a number 5 day. And then 23, 2 plus 3 simplifies to 5, is also a 5 day. So all of those number 1 days, you'll see for every single number will happen multiple times a month because the number that it can be simplified from shows up multiple times a month. So that 5, like I said, would show up on the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd. And whatever the universal energy for that day is, is also still relevant, and we consider both of them when we're defining universal days. So our universal 6 days are going to be happening on our number 1 days, which is the 1st, 10th, 19th, and the 28th. And this is likely to be impactful for essentially everybody. I'm not even gonna lie. So if you have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 6, a 8, or a 9 in your numbers, this is likely to be very impactful for you because of the relationality that those numbers have with 6 and 1. With 6 being ruled by Venus, Jupiter, and water, and the number 1 being ruled by fire and the sun. There we go. We have a relationship that is very intense, specifically because 6 and 1 sit in polarity, which highlights experiences between a movement highlighted by 1 and avoidance highlighted by 6. So this energy of the day is very creative, it's passionate, it's indulgent, especially with 6's connection to passion, aesthetics, and comfort, as well as 1's themes connecting to starts and creativity and amplification. You're encouraged to indulge in your creative pursuits. And even with that polarity in there causing some tension, it can be uncomfortable. 6 doesn't like discomfort. So being mindful of what your needs are is also crucial. Taking steps towards what you might have been putting off, because sometimes we might be avoiding our needs. I know you might feel a little called out with that one. I might feel a little called out with that one, but it's okay. We're here together. If you might be putting off your needs, so schedule that appointment, take that day off, do whatever that need is, because you might be avoiding it. So do those on those number 1 days, as well as finding balance between action and rest. Because sometimes what you might need to do is get up and move your body, baby. Sometimes you might need to get up and move them hips. Get that, loosen up that trauma in there, you might need to do that. And sometimes it's actually, no, I need to just sleep all day. I need to do nothing but close my eyes and rest. So if you have the opportunity to indulge in those things, I and the numbers encourage you to do so. Now, when we get to our number 2 days, which are going to be the 2nd, 11th, 20th, and 29th, we have our number 7 days. So this is going to be impactful for people who have 1, 2, 4, 7, or 9 in their numbers. And this is because of the relationality, but 2 and 7 share a water rulership, which brings themes around depth, empathy, balance, and harmony. So the energy of the day is very emotional, but it's also aware and can embody a level of balance. So with 7's connection to the past, fantasies, and nostalgia, and 2's connection to feelings, community, and balance, we have an emphasis we are encouraged to tune into your emotions, your needs. Again, this is a theme that's coming up a lot already because we already done the first 2 days, but tune into your emotions, your needs, and the things that bring you comfort. Watch your little comfort show. Put on your comfort podcast, if you will. I hope it's me. But, do what makes you feel good, okay? As much as 6, flashing back for 2 seconds to our number 1 days and our universal 6 days, 6 loves to feel good, but the emotional energy of 7 and 2 can also want to feel good. You might not want to be feeling those sad emotions, but at the same time, reflect on the emotions. Reflect on your emotions, especially the ones that are from the past. Do you still need them now? Or is it time to move on and let go? It might not always be sustainable to hold on to every feeling for the rest of time. I always say everything is temporary. Good, bad, ugly. It's all temporary. So take that as you will. Also be mindful of hyperfixation and imbalance. Overindulgence and obsession is very high with these 2 numbers, especially in regards to, emotions, spiritual spaces, relationships, fantasies, and the past being themes that are connected to either or 7 or 2. So be mindful of when you pushing a little bit too much on those spaces. You might be going a little too deep. Just pull up a little bit. You hitting a little too low, a little below the belt, if you will. Now, moving on to our universal 3 days, or rather our universal 8 days, my apologies. Our universal 8 days are going to be falling on our number 3 days, which is going to be the 3rd, 12th, 21st, and 30th. Those are going to be impactful for those who have 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, or 9 in their numbers. with 3 and 8 sitting in polarity around space being highlighted by 3 and time highlighted by 8. We have an energy that is very magnetic. It's also successful and also manifestation vibes, especially if you do the work. I actually talked about this a couple years ago, but though that's the vibe of 3 and 8. Even though it's polarity, which means there's an opposition, which can create some tension, it's a vibe of, hey, there's space for anything to happen if you take the leap. So I always say, take it. With 8's connection to time, determination, and control, and 3's connection to social spaces, luck, and expression, take action towards your long-term goals. Okay? I already told you that there's space for it. Now all you got to do is shoot the ball. I put the ball in your hands, now shoot it, baby. Shoot it. Come on, we'll be doing that. Anyways, show gratitude to what is here and is also what is to come, because 8 does connect to, like I said, time and that long term. So hey, everything is temporary. What it might be right now might not be what you have in the next 6 months, 6 years, 6 days even. Show gratitude for what is here and also for what is to come. Also visualize your success. Like, come on now. Stay open to it coming to fruition. Again, I say, you see something in your head. There's a vision that you have that's achievable. Now just do it. Again, I say it is easier said than done. It's easier said than done. But do it. Come on now. Don't be scared. I double dog dare you. I'm gonna keep doing it until you do it. Anyways, we have for our universal 9 days, which are going to be happening on our number 4 days, which is the 4th, 13th, and 12th. Nope, that's wrong. 4th, 13th, and 22nd. Those are going to be our universal 9 days. This is likely to be impactful for those who have 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, or 9 in their numbers. And the energy of 9 and 4 together is emphasized by their shared fire rulership. Which highlights passion, ambition, and energy. So the energy of the day is very action oriented. It's very dynamic. It's also change focused, with 9's connection to endings, strength, and courage, and 4's connection to the future, liberation, and progression. We have a vibe of go for it. I already double dog dared you earlier, so I still stand by. Go for it. Whatever it is, whatever you thought of in this moment when I said go for it, that's what I want you to do. It might be scary. It might be scary. I ain't never said it was gonna be easy, but I still say go for it. I want you to go for it. As well as be ready for change, with 9's connection to endings and 4's connection to the future. If that don't say change, I don't know what does. Don't expect things to stay the same when you start going for things. When you start going for things start moving, things start happening. You might end up in some place where you were never expecting to be, but you might be also the happiest you've ever been in that new space. So, give yourself that space to be happy. You deserve it, babe. As well as be bold, be confident. Do it scared, because you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. If I haven't said it already, go for it. Okay, please, thank you. When we get to our universal 1 days, which are going to be happening on the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd, which are our number 5 days, this is likely to be impactful for those who have that 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 in their numbers. And with 1 and 5 sharing an odd number status, this is a very external energy, and also days that embody the energy of this month specifically very dominantly, because it literally is the same numbers. We're in a universal 5 month in a universal 1 year. It's a universal 1 day on a number 5 day. Like, come on, if you don't come through alignment. Anyways, so when we get to the energy of the day, it's very curious, but it's also genius, potent, as well as potential. That's all embodied in these days. So with the themes of the number 1 being around initiation and passion and newness, and 5 connecting to wit, intellect, and stimulation, learn something new. Go outside, touch some grass, take an adventure, do something you've never done before, as well as build or create within your zone of genius. That's actually coined by an author. I want to say his name is Gary, or it's Gay or something. It's just with a G, but Google zone of genius and it should come up. But literally, it's where all your talents, skills, and strengths align. Build in that area. Figure it out. it might be where you need to end up, or might help you get to where you want to end up, as well as take the action on something without a plan. Sometimes we need a fuck it, we ball mentality. And these number 5 days on with this universal one energy definitely has it. So fuck it. Go for it. I already gave you the ball. Shoot it. All right. For our number 2 days, or rather our number 6 days, which are going to have a universal 6 energy. This is impactful for those who have 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 9 in their numbers. With 6 and 8 sharing a water rulership, 6 and 2 sharing a water rulership. This brings emotional depth and healing. So the energy of the day is very intimate. It's very loving. It's very emotional. So with 2's connection to protection, connection, and community, as well as 6's connection to pleasure, enjoyment, and romance, spending time doing things with people that you love and care about, please do it. Like, if it's not me, it's gotta be you. Like, we honestly should both do it. Like, please spend time doing things with people you love, even if that person that you love is just yourself. Come on now, come through self-love. What are we talking about? Like, really show up for yourself and spend that time with the people that you care about. Again, I say, even if it's with yourself, but if it's also with friends, if it's family, if it's your pet, whatever. Spend time there, as well as sitting with your emotions and being honest with them. Now, if you've said that you was gonna tell someone so that you got a little crush on them or something, or that you might sort of kind of be in love with them low-key, like I know a lot of people be upset when somebody got them in their feelings, but as somebody who loves love, I want you to be happy. Like, and that happy might be with this person. Now, the happiness doesn't have to be dependent on said person, but like, it could help them little dopamine levels and them good chemicals in the brain and shit. So I say go for it. But also, if the emotions aren't as beautiful or as aesthetic or romanticized as people like to talk about, if they're a little bit heavier, also still sit with them. If you find yourself being jealous or feeling duped or got or something, just like a negative, uncomfy feeling, still sit with that. Your body and your brain, your heart, everything starts to process that. As uncomfortable as it may be, sit just for a second, man. Feel it. It sucks, but also everything's temporary. I don't believe that everything will suck forever, truly. As well as exploring what healing would look like for you and being mindful about rumination and hyperfixation. Because with the 5 energy of the month, we have heavy thought. It's a very thought heavy month. So you might be like, okay, I'm gonna sit with this emotion, and now you're sitting here and you can't think about anything else. So sometimes you might need a guided practice. So look into things like that. So maybe guided meditation might be the best way for you to sit with your emotions. Having a therapy session, having a chat with your friend, whatever that looks like to explore healing or explore coping. Do it in a healthy manner and do it intentionally as well. Now, moving into our universal 3 days, those are going to be happening on our number 7 days. So this is your 7th, your 16th, and your 25th. This is likely to be impactful for anybody who has that 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 in their numbers. And with 3 and 7, not only sharing an odd number status, which does give them that externally focused energy, but also sitting in a reflection with each other, which highlights an opposition between things like social and individual spaces, as well as expression and repression. We also have shared themes around creativity, vision, and knowledge. So the energy of the day is very imagination, spacious, potential vibes. Anything can happen. There's so much space here because, again, individual and social spaces. That's a lot of space if you consider yourself and all them outside spaces. That's a lot. All right. So that's all in the air. And with 3's connection to interactions, possibility, and influence, and then 7's connection to mystery, delusion, and the past, we are encouraged to move your energy, not only internally in those individual spaces, but also externally in those social spaces. So show up, whatever it looks like for you and your energy, and move it. Change it, shift it up, shake it around, do something with it, as well as take a chance. Dive deep into arts, ideas, mysteries, the unknown. take a chance, because again, I say there's space. There's so much space. You don't know what might happen. It might be really good for you. As well as being mindful of too much space. Because I know I did just say take a chance, but I also talk about duality all the time over here, so it might not be always the best thing. Sometimes delusion, mental health, perfectionism is in the air, especially with 3 and 7. So recognize that there is space, but that space can be beautiful, but not everything beautiful needs to be judged, okay? Maybe you need to keep your hands to yourself, boundaries. Now, for our final 2 days with our universal 4 days, these are going to be happening on our number 8 days, which are the 8th, 17th, and 26th. This is likely to be impactful for those who have 1, 2, 4, or 8 in their numbers, as well as I'd probably throw in there 9 as well. But proceeding, 4 and 8 share a Saturn rulership, which brings themes around authority, boundaries, as well as discipline. But they also sit in polarity with each other, which highlights the difference between innovation, which is highlighted by 4, and tradition, which is highlighted by the number 8. When we look at the energy of the day, we get a vibe that is very determined, stable, and powerful, because it's very Saturn heavy. We have 4's connection to progression, innovation, and spiritually guided action, and 8's connection to privacy, separation, and career. So go for the hard thing. Go for it. If I haven't made it clear already, please go for the hard thing. It will likely be uncomfortable because of that polarity, and also with Saturn. But go for it anyway. Make a vision board, or whatever physical representation of your desired future. That's a very great thing to do on these specific days, as well as be yourself, because you yourself have more power than you realize. Embody that. Stand on it. Okay, let's go. Now, when we get to our final days of the month, we're going to be having, for these number 9 days, we have them happening with a universal 5 energy. So this is likely to be impactful for those who have 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 in their numbers. And with 5 and 9 sharing that odd number status, once again, I say, let's externally focus. So anything, and I can't stress that enough, anything outside of yourself is being activated or impacted. So it brings the energy of the day to be very movement focused, reckless, and explorative, with 5's connection to thought, curiosity, and expression, and 9's connection to, again, endings, like I said earlier, but also strength and clarity. Take a chance. Do you see a consistent theme here? Take a chance. Step outside of your comfort zone and see what is out there, okay? Release your expectations around structure and lean into possibility. Do something unexpected. Go somewhere unexpected. DM someone. Try something that you've been wanting to do. Do something to open a door to a different experience, okay? That's what the numbers is telling you, and that's what I'm telling you too. Okay, let's go for it. Word. Okay, now if you do want to understand and calculate your personal days for April of 2026, you can learn 2 different calculation techniques in my Finding Your Chart, the guide, available in the description. But that's actually all I have to say for April of 2026. So welcome. Thank you for listening. Make sure you share this with anybody who you think they would want to know as much as numerologically possible when it comes to April of 2026 and what it would look like for them. Make sure you join the email list at knownumerology.com. That's KNOW numerology.com to get all updates and access to all products and services. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.